Hey, it's Coach Rob King here, and today I'm going to do a review on Sabo Goodlift shoes. I think they're just called Sabo Goodlifts is the correct name for them. Anyway, they are a lifting shoe, okay? So they're not going to be very good for doing general purpose stuff, running, CrossFit, jumping, anything like that. They are a lifting shoe. I think I can hear Kaiser coming behind me. Here come those nails. Hi, Kai. Let's see if he knocks this out of the way. No. So far, so good. Okay, lie down, buddy. Okay, back to the review. So these are called Sabo Goodlifts. They are a lifting shoe. They are designed for strength training. They're designed for lifting. They're not designed for going, doing other stuff, okay? So let's talk of them, let's talk about them as a lifting shoe, some of the benefits and some of the drawbacks, okay? Kaiser, lie down now. Okay, if you can see clearly, okay? They are a very nice, professionally well-made shoe, all right? That was one of the first things I got them was I was like, this is like a boot, okay? This is not like a sneaker. This is not like, this is not like, you know, it's a shoe that's designed for lifting, and it's very nice. So first and foremost, okay, the quality of this is top-notch, all right? The design is fantastic, quality is amazing, okay? Next couple of things I like about it is the flat sole. All right, so you can, for the most part, for a flat sole, it's going to be great for. It can be good for squatting for most people. Most people can bench press in flat sole, and then you can deadlift in it. So it's a very good multi-purpose shoe. So if you want to do all three lifts, it's fantastic, right? Now, if I was going to, let's say, do a squat workout, and then let's say if I train in a conventional gym and I wanted to go do other stuff, it's totally fine for that as well, all right? I wouldn't want to sprint in it. Now, you know, you can medium jump in it, but for an athletic shoe, not so good, but for a lifting shoe, fantastic, okay? So I really like that. Another thing that I enjoyed about these was the fact that they have a pretty thick toe box, if that's the correct term. I think it is toe box. What happens with a lot of shoes is they cramp up your feet. They cramp up your toes like crazy. And you want to develop something what's called wild toes. Wild toes are when your toes open up and grip the floor. So if you look at your hand, if your hand was all jammed up like this, your hand and forearm, elbow, shoulder function would not be as good. This also applies to your toes and is very much neglected. So I highly recommend that you spend some time working on your toes as well, but that's not the point of this video. The wide toe box is really nice, okay? Now, if you have very small feet, and then you put these on, very narrow feet, and you put these on, they may feel a little big for you, all right? So when I first started using them before I started working on my toes a couple of years ago, I found they felt a little big, but then over time, I actually started to really like them and found them really good, okay? Next thing I like is the grippiness, okay? They've got a really good grip, really nice grip at the bottom. They're beautiful. The strap that goes on top, fantastic. The ankle high support, fantastic, okay? Most squat shoes basically only come with ankle high support. There are some that come with higher support, but most are only ankle, all right? A compressed joint, right, with support is gonna always be stronger and more stable. So I loved the ankle support on these, all right? And I also loved that for the bottom, okay? So now, overall, clearly I love them, right? So what do I not like about them, okay? Well, again, a couple of things that I did not like about them was the fact that they have that wide toe box, which for a lot of people, and probably a few women, won't work so well because you'll find that they feel a little bit clunky, all right? The other thing that I didn't like about them is, how can I explain it? They didn't feel as grippy as my deadlift shoes. So I use like a pair of wrestling shoes, Asics wrestling shoes, and those are grippy, all right? And those shoes are also very small and tight on my feet, which is not really good for my toes, but it's really good for lifting, all right? So when I use these for a couple of years doing all three and found it great, but I just kept going back to my squat shoes for the heel support, and I kept going back to my deadlift shoes because of the grippiness of those shoes. And in bench press, I need it, with my hips and my legs being short, I need a little bit. So I can use these for benching and use bench blocks, but for me to go and like use these for all three now doesn't suit me. But if you are a general purpose lifter with pretty good mobility that likes to do all three and likes to lift, I highly recommend these. They are fantastic, wonderful, an investment, great shoes. Just don't use them too much for other stuff. Like I said, don't sprint with them. Don't do too much jumping with them. They're not a general purpose shoe, but for a lifting shoe, I have to say I really like them. And I would definitely give them like an 8 to an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know if you found this helpful. Cheers and thank you.